It's okay. Recording has been started. Audible? Chilka, is it audible? Chilka.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, okay.
yes.
Then mute your mobile phone. Okay. In this lecture, we are going to see the next topic of semaphore. In previous lecture, we have seen that semaphore, and it's one type. The first one is binary semaphore, and second one is counting semaphore. Counting semaphore we are going to see over here. In binary semaphore, what we have seen, in binary semaphore, whatever the resource is given, and it is actually only one, right? It is actually only one. Binary semaphore plays in between zeros and one. If the resources is available, then first it is allocated to one first process which are directly requesting to it. It is allocated to that process. Then it goes into the critical section, and in between that, if the second process is requesting to the same resource, then it is not allocated to that process number 2 before the process first get completed. And to do all these things in programming, the semaphores are get used. Semaphore is nothing but a variable. Semaphore is, you can consider it as a resource. Semaphore you can consider it as uh, one type of instance. Semaphore you can consider as example, right? Means this yes is nothing but, where is the pen? This yes is, 1 minute. This yes is nothing but variable. This yes you can consider as instance. This yes you can consider as resources. Resources like printer, resources like scanner, resources like RAM, resources like processor, resources like register. The resource where the execution of the process is taking place, that all the material or component is called as resources. Means what? This yes means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you can consider. And in binary semaphore, it plays in between 0 and 1. It is only responsible, it only handles a single process, binary semaphore. Again I am repeating, at initial stage the value of the semaphore is 1. At early stage, before entering into the entry section of any critical section, is 1, right? Now let's consider second semaphore, that is counting semaphore. दुसरा semaphore बघायचा आहे तो म्हणजे counting semaphore. As the name it is saying, it is a counting semaphore, means it works up to whatever number of yes is available in the system. Whatever number of yes is available in the system, it works according to that. The execution of all the critical section processes is done according to that yes. So it may be more than 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And it plays in between that value of yes. Before to start the actual example, I want to clarify you, as there are 3 steps involved in the execution of any process in critical section. That is, first P of yes. P of yes, this yes is nothing but semaphore, and yes you can denote it as resources, instances, right? And the code which executes in that P of S is while S is equal to 0. If the value of S is 0, then it will stuck over here. It will still stuck over here until the value of S is not get changed. When the process is get completed, then the value of S will get changed, and after that it comes out of the critical section, right? And next, S is equal to S minus 1. This is the code which gets executed in P of S. Next, this is entry level code. This is entry level code. This is entry level code. Which one? P of S. This is entry level code 1 and 2. Why it is entry level code? As we know that initially the value of S is 1. The initially value of S is 1. If it is continues to 1, then it will come out of the critical section. So to make it 0, to do the whole execution of particular process, this code is get executed. If it is 0, no problem, it will stuck over there. But if it is not 0, then it is get converted into 0 by this code. S is equal to S minus 1. Entry level code. This is exit code. This is exit code. This is exit code. V of S. Again, the parameter S is nothing but resources, right? Or instances. Which code is get executed at exit level? S is equal to S plus 1. Means the value which is get reduced in this code is get plus by 1. S is equal to S plus 1. I think it is visible to you, right? These are the two codes that is get executed at entry level and exit level in critical section. And third one is that remaining code execution. Remaining code execution. Remaining code execution, right? Let's see actual example. Suppose, as I have told to you, S is nothing but semaphore. S is nothing but resources. Resources like printer, scanner and all this. Suppose we have 5 printers. How many printers? S is equal to 5 over here. How many? S is equal to 5 printers. And S is equal to 5 printer. If process 1 trying to enter into critical section, this is critical section. It is visible? Yes, it is visible, I think. Process P1 is trying to enter into critical section. What process has to do over here? Here, as earlier I have told you, this is a entry level code. Entry level code, and here exit level code. Means this P1 have to go through this entry level code, then it will enter into critical section. As we know that initially the value of S is 1. If process 1, if it is trying to enter into critical section, it means over here the code is get executed with value of S 1. It is 1, and we have already told to you S is equal to S minus 1. The value is get changed and it converted into 0. So now the value of S is 0 over here. So P1 comes. Then here as we are going to see, not binary semaphore, the value of S is over here 5. In previous example it is 1 because only one resource is there, and it is binary semaphore. It plays in between 0 and 1 only, but here 5 instances are available, 5 resources available, or 5 printers are available with us. yes, value of yes is 5 over here. In counting semaphore, this is counting semaphore. Counting, we are trying to understand counting semaphore. Now P1 is get entered into critical section by executing code of entry level code. And what is in entry level code? The yes minus 1. Here yes is 5, so value of yes becomes 4. When the P1 enters into the critical section, the value of yes becomes 4. Now P2 is trying to enter into critical section. In binary semaphore, it is not possible to P2 to enter into critical section before P1 gets exits from critical section, because it's a binary semaphore. But here in counting semaphore, P2 can enter into critical section as we have the value of s is now 4, and how many processes can enter into critical section? It depends on yes is less than or equal to 0 and yes is greater than or equal to 0. Right? 1 minute. 1 minute. Hello? हाँ. Okay, if you are listening, here are the two cases with us. Until the value of yes is not get converted into -1 by checking the condition of yes through this. Up to that number of processes can enter into critical section. Here P1 enters into critical section, then the code of P of S is get executed, the value of yes is get changed to 4, and check it. Value of yes, it is yes. 4 is greater than or equal to 0. It satisfies the condition. If it is satisfies the condition, then the next process, if it wants to come into critical section for the execution in counting semaphore, it is allowable. So P2 trying to allocate the space of critical section, it executes the code over here, and when the code is get executed, the value of 4 gets converted into 3, as we know that s is equal to s minus 1, then it enters into critical section. It satisfies this condition, yes is greater than or equal to 0, 3 is greater than or equal to 0, yes, it satisfies. Then it will allow the third process also, P3 means process number 3 can also enter into critical section. The value gets changed over here, because when it will trying to occupy the space of critical section, this P3 have to execute the code of entry level code, and entry level code, that is P of S, it having the code S is equal to S minus 1, right? So the value get changed and P3 will come over here. 2 is greater than or equal to 0, yes. So it will allow to process P4 also. P4 also comes into the critical section. Why? When it will come to the critical section, when it executes this entry level code, when it executes entry level code, this will get changed to 1. Alright? 1 is greater than or equal to 0, yes. Then P5 will also occupy the space the same, then 0. Alright? Check. 0 is greater than or equal to 0, yes. Yes. Okay. Then next P6. If P6 is trying to occupy the space, then it executes the code and 0 will convert into 1. Whether minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, no, it is not satisfies the condition. So P6 will not, or P6 cannot come into critical section, but it is trying to come to the critical section. As in the code we get minus 1, so it does not satisfy this condition. So that's why the code or the system does not allow to P6 to enter into critical section. So such process is get blocked. This is blocked. Such process is get blocked by the system P6. If P7 is trying to enter into a critical section, then value get changed minus 2. As it is minus 2 does not satisfy this condition, so P7 is also get blocked, right? Means over here you can see only 5 processes are get allowable because the value of S is 5, right? When the value is get changed minus 1 and minus 2, then it is not allowable over here in critical section. It is get replaced into block state. But consider if P1 have finished their execution and comes out the critical section by executing this exit level code. What is an exit level code? As I have told you earlier, S is equal to S plus 1. Now the value of S is minus 2. It means what? It means S is equal to minus 2 plus 1. It means it gets changed into minus 1. Now P1 comes out the critical section, and a reverse process is get happened over here, and P6 is get transferred from this block state to Q state, ready Q state, to enter into critical section. As P1 is not over here, P1 comes out from the critical section, and there is one space over here, but still it does not satisfy the condition, so P6 cannot enter into critical section. After that, P1, if the P1 finishes their task and comes out of the state, then at an exit level code there is a execution of this code, and we know that what is an exit level code, that is S is equal to S minus S plus 1. So what is S over here? Minus 1 plus 1 means it will convert it into 0. Let's check. 0 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, it is. So that's why it satisfies the case, and whatever the next, that is P7, it comes over here again, And as we know that it satisfies the case P6 can enter into critical section because the value of S is now 0. As soon as P6 comes enter into critical section, it executes the entry level code and the value of S becomes 1. As value becomes -1. Alright? So, though the P7 goes over in ready queue, the value becomes -1. So, P7 have to come over here in block state because critical section is already full because value of S is now 0. This is what the working of counting semaphore. Have you understand? If you are listening from that side, have you understand? I think if you are listening, yes, very good. This is about counting semaphore. We have seen up till now semaphores, and there are two types: binary semaphore and counting semaphore. Please do the revision of all these topics. I have also uploaded all the video on YouTube channel. Over there you can search it. In the next lecture we are going to see interrupts, and that will be the last lecture of our unit number 5. Okay, thank you.